You're good.
All right, good morning, everyone. Today's date is Friday, December 11th, 2020. It's 9:30 a.m. We're here for our workshop of the Hill County Commissioners Court. The first item on our agenda this morning is the auditor.
We will have some budget amendments and line item transfers on
Okay.
Monday, and we will open this up.
All right. Any questions at all? All right, if not, the next item is our treasurer's report.
Okay, good. I am going to, well, first of all, I want to apologize for I'm one court behind on my bank reconciliations. This year, I don't think we can all agree that it's not been a good year, so. Anyhow, I am running one court behind on this. I'm going to be reporting October 31st of 2020 financial report. Normally, I report it the following month on the last quarter of the month, but I should be back on schedule next month, or, sorry, this month. Did I give you all of it, Mike? Clear with it? Up over there?
Okay. So we'll go over this on Monday, or we'll just go over it tonight?
I can do it, no, because you can't approve it today.
Okay.
We'll do it on Monday.
All
But
right.
I'll also have the investment portfolio, and it's for the third quarter of the year.
Okay.
So, I'm just letting y'all know I am behind a little bit, so, but I should be caught up after this week.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Any questions about it? All right. If not, we go to our next item, which is my items. We'll have a couple of properties. We have one today, the 100 of 8 lot, lot 8, block 22 in the Clarendon subdivision of the city of Plainview. They sold the property, and it's just for us to approve the selling of that property. Next item we have is, was approached this, or last week, I guess, by some gentlemen that have a company called Germ Shield. They have, they're here this morning, so if y'all want to come up. They're the reasons you have the Rise and Shine donuts, so we appreciate that. So, they're here this morning. They wanted to do a presentation for the court. I had explained to them that we have had a couple of other companies come in, but they wanted to go ahead and do a presentation. I also asked them if they would in their proposals, if they would break the businesses down, the buildings down, because that's what I told them. At some point in time, there may be certain offices here in the county that want to use these services. So, without further ado, I'll turn it over to these guys. Y'all want to introduce yourself?
Hi, how's it going? I'm Colton Carey.
Okay.
And we just want to say thank you guys for letting us be a part of this today. Well,
Hi, sir. I'm Tomas Perez, the owner of Germ Shield. We started this August 25th of this year. It's a little late on the sanitation deal, but we've seen what the bigger guys are doing, so we do it better and at more affordable price for everybody. Colton here, we met each other. I don't know if you've been there, but Sheridan's, lattes, and frozen custard. We developed a brotherhood throughout the years, my little brother. I can honestly say COVID's affected my life personally. I had a few family members distant in other states who passed away. I have a special needs son who we're now more than ever cautious of his health. Those things came in church rooms, from schools to daycare and like that. I know COVID's affected him as well.
yeah, my wife, she's a hairstylist in Lubbock, and she couldn't work for 2 months, and it put a lot of pressure on me, and so I was like, Tomas, we should start a disinfectant company and not charge so much, and he was approached by a company to disinfect his home, and
Oh gosh, okay, so for my home was a little over 1,300 square foot, and for that size, they're gonna charge me $527, and that's just above and beyond for what I think any normal household can afford. But going into the second page of our pamphlet, our main focus at Germ Shield is just that eradicate COVID-19 and other harmful pathogens, not just, gearing towards COVID, but flu, other germs, viruses, and pathogens. Our meeting with Germ Shield is to make this affordable for any size demographic, business, or home, or what have you. Cool.
What sets us apart from our other competitors, we're local, honest, competitive. We're half the price, like we said. As well as we use a disinfectant, it's a multi-clean germicide, but it's a sanitation and a disinfectant in one spray. And so we go with our electrostatic backpack sprayers and then disinfect all the surfaces. And then what else sets us apart is it's just me and Tomas. So that you're just gonna see our two faces whenever we go into y'all's establishments, stuff like that. And then continue reassurance. Just make sure we're gonna set that high standard of disinfectant and sanitizing for you guys. And Tomas, if you turn to the next page, Tomas is gonna talk about the proposal.
All right, what we have in front of y'all is a 1-year proposal contract for each service time for all 4 of your buildings will be $10,301.69. And we broke that down for y'all. At the second section of it, you'll see what you'll be spending for every 90 days, in between the 90 days that will be coming out, is $114.46 a day for all 4 buildings. And if you break that down for each building per day, it would be $28.62. So if you think about that compared to having your staff do it, buying supplies, buying equipment, you're saving pennies, or dollars to pennies on if we were to do it. And in incentive, if you were to please go with us, you'll notice that we did not list your tax office on there, just because everybody loves taxes, so we'll probably just throw that one in for free. Yes, sir. And also, we'll offer it to your staff as well, if they want their homes done for the holidays or even after, we'll do it at a discounted rate for them as well. With their homes, businesses, private jets, I know you got one back there. Also, if the contract, let's say, God forbid, someone is running and having COVID, we'll come out for free in between those 90 days and do the immediate area for free. We're not gonna nickel and dime you for every time we service y'all. Also, if you turn to the next page,
I'll talk about the process. So we'd like to give you guys a 48-hour ahead of time, letting you guys know, hey, we're gonna come out. We'll either text, call, email, whatever you guys prefer. And then we ask that you give 24-hour notice to your staff, letting them put up any paperwork, books, the courthouse, don't wanna spray any books and mess those up. And then whenever we come out, we'll talk to whoever we need to make sure everybody's out of the building so we don't expose them. And then after we're done, we'll touch all the high points, all the heavy foot traffic areas more than once. And then when we're done, we'll let you guys know when it's safe to enter. And then the perks and promotions. If we do decide to do a contract with you guys, we ask that if we could do like a 5x8 sticker, and that just shows letting your community know, hey, Germ Shield, you guys are protected, come into the courthouse or whatnot. And then we also have a 18x24 yard sign we'd like to put out and make sure. And again, also City of Plainview, that it's safe to enter. And then social media, Tomas?
I'm pretty much, I do most of the social media on our Facebook and even our website. Also what we do with that, if we were to come out for a COVID situation, we won't put that out there. We won't say, hey, Hell County, thank you for calling out. We'll just say, hey, Hell County was proactive in keeping the community safe. Y'all happen to find yourself in the crowd, so if you just don't have any worries, it's all sanitized.
You turn to the next page. That is our contact, who we need to talk to upon arriving, coordinate the scheduling, the dates. The middle part is as well as who we need to talk to about the facilities, and then the building contact. And then the next 2 pages are for you guys for the liability and waiver, and then last but not least is the insurance policy that we have. And then, Tomas, you wanna talk about what we do to give back?
Yes, and, what we do with everything we do, we always give back. For the month of November, we reached out to the people on Facebook, and if they've been affected by COVID in some way, lost a loved one, lost a job, lost anything due to COVID, they got a free Thanksgiving meal paid for by us from the Turkey Field Brady. And then also for December, we're giving back to the Texas Boys Club this month. Every month we're doing something for the community, and if y'all have any sessions y'all would like us to give back to, we'll be more than happy to do it. And just to rewind just a little bit, I put this, 1 nickel and 2 pennies in front of y'all, going back to our proposal paper. We're not afraid to, inform y'all what we're charging per square foot. I know some of our competitors gave you a number, but we're showing y'all that's all it costs per square foot, is a nickel and 2 pennies.
Okay.
Y'all have any questions for us? or-
Y'all have any questions of these
Yes,
guys?
sir.
No, thank you for the donuts.
Oh, yeah.
I see it this morning.
Yeah, it was hard for us not to eat them on the way there.
Well, I know some of them, no.
Yeah, right.
But, now, we appreciate you guys, and appreciate the work that you do.
Yes, sir.
And offering us this service. If, now, y'all will notice that juvenile probation was not listed, and one of the reasons Eddie had called me because he has become tied in with the PISD, and so they are servicing their building. And so, these guys were kind enough to go around to the other buildings and look at them and then come up with these proposals. So, like I said,
We did reach out to him, and he was
Okay.
very interested in our price, and so
Okay.
we do, he said he's gonna look forward to us for
Yeah,
for this coming right here.
Okay.
Yeah, and also on our little stickers, we have our website and our Facebook, if y'all wanna check this out even further.
okay, well, yes, sir.
When you say you're local, you telling us you're from Plainview?
Oh, out of Lubbock, yes, sir. Yeah,
I've lived here for a couple months. I worked at the prison, at TDCJ.
All right, any other questions? All right, guys, we'll make, your information available to all the county offices, and we'll have, I'll have the county attorney look at your, contract and stuff, so. I appreciate y'all coming and being here this morning. This is, like I said, our workshop. We don't make any decisions today. We'll, bring this issue back up on Monday and take a vote. You're welcome to be here, or if not, I've got your contact information, I'll let you know.
all right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next item, on our agenda is, the retirement of Precinct 2 Commissioner Mario Martinez. So, we'll vote on that on Monday. So, Mario, you got anything you want to say, or?
I'm sure I think I said it on that letter. I mean, it's been a blessing to have worked here as long as I have, Judge.
Okay.
I've got to work with a lot of good people. It's just, when I started, I was 26 years old, I didn't know really what I was getting into. I just promised my dad that I would do it, just to get him on my back, and then, and I got it and I liked it, and, serving the people, I think it's been a real help to my family, and the people that, again, that I work with, elected officials, and it's been really good.
Well, thank you. I want to read Mario's letter. He addressed it to myself and the Commissioner's Court. He says he wants to start out by saying, it's been an honor to work and serve with the present court, past courts, and all the other elected officials in this county. It has also been a blessing to serve and work with the citizens of Hill County and the Commissioner, or the citizens of Precinct 2 for the past 36 years, 26 of those as Precinct 2 Commissioner. As the court is aware, has been offered a new opportunity to serve in his hometown, and he has decided to accept a new endeavor to work for the citizens of Petersburg. Therefore, I humbly submit my letter of retirement as Hill County Commissioner, Precinct 2, effective Monday, December 14, 2020. I am grateful to the constituents of Hill County for giving me the opportunity to serve on their behalf, and I offer my best wishes for this court's continued success. So, anyway, Mario, I appreciate everything that you've done for Hill County, and like I said, enjoy your retirement.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mario.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? All right. we'll vote on that Monday, so.
Oh, well, yes.
All right, and then we're gonna talk about the swearing in of elected officials, for January 1st. It's my understanding because we have newly elected, officials, that we have to have our swearing in on January 1st, so. I haven't been able to reach out to, Judge Hukel, but I'm going to try to set that up for maybe 9:00 a.m. at the Justice Center there in the Assembly Room for January 1st.
Judge, do you have a list of which ones will be sworn in? I know Harold, myself,
The
the
ones that are
sheriff.
on the ballot, the sheriff,
Sheriff,
both constables. yeah,
Jim Tyree.
Jim Tyree.
Be several.
And what we'll do is we'll socially distance and just ask those that, and their immediate families maybe, that want to come and watch. And our executive director over there will put it on YouTube for everyone else's viewing pleasure. So anyway, we'll do that at 9 a.m. on the 1st.
Judge, can I just, I've got Harold's, but if, and I'll reach out to the other elected officials that were on the ballot. I just need your bond, because we'll get those approved in the next court, so we'll get your bonds to us.
Okay, we'll do that on December 31st, so if you haven't done that, if you would please do that. And then if, I believe I neglected to make y'all a copy, so I'll do this on Monday. I've made a list of the commissioners' scheduled meetings for next year. This is one thing that TAC recommended that we do. We added a few because of Senate Bill 2, in case during our budget session, it appears that we have to go over our limit, then that has to be done at a regularly scheduled commissioners court meeting. And so we've added a few during that time frame so that we have more regularly scheduled ones. The second page says that we'll pay bills every Friday of the month, of the week, to review and approve bills. The exceptions for 2021 would be Thursday, April 1st, Wednesday, November 24th, and Wednesday, December 22nd. So the courthouse will be closed on 3 Fridays in 2021. And so I'll get y'all a copy of that for you to look at over the weekend, and if you have any questions, then if you'll bring them up Monday. All right, that concludes my items. Next up is Andy Hart from Agri.
All right, thank you. I've got a couple items here. We'll start with the stock show. I've got a copy of the proposal that I have submitted to Jack, our health department inspector, for the county stock show, and just kind of wanted you guys to kind of see some of the restrictions that we were trying to have on the show to make sure we're following all the safety protocols that we can. So I'm just going to basically go over them quickly, and then I've got a couple of 4-H and FFA kids and family members here that I'd like to kind of just voice their opinion. Oh, did I not get you one, Jimmy? All right, so on there you can see that we said we would follow extensions protocol. I'll get that back. And with that, we would be wearing face masks the whole time, besides when the kids go in the show arena. We'd make sure that the show officials make sure that the kids are spread out the best that we can when they're in the show arena. In terms of grooming tables and things like that, in the barn, we would make sure that, you know, people kept those at least 6 feet apart from different family members, and they would also have their mask on when they're out there as well. And then we would have hand sanitizing stations throughout the building. We would try to make sure that we clean and disinfect the frequently touched doors and bathrooms and different things like that. And then also, we would mark the bleachers off to where only every other row could be set on. And then as far as the limit of participation, we would only allow family members, immediate family members, to come with their exhibitor to the stock show, only of their species. And then also the exemption there would be county agents, ag teachers, our stock show board members that put on the show, and our junior stock show board members. And then you can tell there that, we're spreading the schedule out in terms of trying to make it to where we had limited amount of species there at one time. So we would bring, with this proposal, we'd bring sheep and goats in on Thursday. We would weigh them in, show them Friday morning, get them and their families out of the barn. We would bring cattle in that afternoon and start weighing them and let them stall. While the cattle are weighing in the cattle barn, we would have the rabbit show in the arena. So those two people would be completely separate from one another. And then Saturday morning, we'd have our cattle show just like we usually do. Then we would remove the cattle from the facilities, bring in hogs around 2 o'clock that evening and weigh them in. We would show them Sunday just like we usually do. And the proposal I have right now, we're not proposing a sale like we typically have, because I know that's an opportunity to bring everybody back together, and we're just trying to limit the exposure there. So what we would do is just work with our community buyers clubs and let them purchase the animals, just like they've been doing the last several years, but it would be something that we wouldn't come back together for. So I just wanted to kind of give y'all the proposal that I submitted to Jack, just so y'all can kind of see what was on there. And then we've got a couple of kids I would like to get to visit, if y'all don't mind.
No,
So
that's fine.
we got Avery Cantu from Petersburg. I'm gonna let her visit first.
These are the letters that I wrote to the livestock board. Yes. Okay. Hello, my name is Avery Cantu. I am the president of the Petersburg FFA chapter. I am here today to speak to you on the importance of allowing the Hale County Stock Show to continue. The COVID-19 pandemic has been a game changer in everything we do in life. However, this does not mean that we have to or that we should stop living life. Being a part of FFA and 4-H, particularly Raising Our Animal projects, provides us with opportunities and experiences. We have put in months of hard work, time, and financial sacrifices by our families to prepare for this show. I personally participate in varsity basketball. I am one-on-one, face-to-face with other players. We take as many precautions as we can to ensure our safety. If I can play basketball, then why can I not show my animal where I am more likely to be at a safer distance from others than I am on the court? Our local FFA chapter and 4-H clubs are confident that our Hale County Livestock Board and Ag Extension agents can come up with a plan to ensure our safety and the safety of others. Our neighboring counties have not canceled their local nor their county shows. We just want a chance to bring back some joy into this already difficult situation. For some students, this is the highlight of what they do. This is their only extracurricular participation and their chance for them to excel outside of the classroom. We appreciate that you are taking our safety into consideration. However, we feel that there are steps that can be taken to ensure this without canceling the Hale County Livestock Show. I appreciate your time.
Okay. Well, thank you, Avery. Any questions, Avery? No? Well, thank you for being here.
Next, we've got Caden Carter from Abernathy.
Yes, I'm Caden Carver. I go to school at Abernathy High School, and currently I'm a senior this year. Since third grade, I've shown cattle, and that's what I do. I quit athletics to pursue my passion in showing steers. We get steers in late February, early March, every single year, and feed them out all the way until February for Fort Worth, which this year, due to COVID-19, has been canceled, so it limits our opportunities. Showing steers, there's a big financial burden for the families and the people that show steers. Right now, which we still have 4 or 5 months to go, I have about $1,500 in each one of my steers, and we just don't have one, we have many. And Hale County provides a great opportunity for 4-H and FFA members to get the financial help that they need for their steers and not put it all back on us or our parents. I'm also representing 4-H today, and I'm on State 4-H Council, and I've got the opportunity to meet with kids from all over the state of Texas and see how they are doing their shows safely. And as you can see in our proposed plan, we're taking the right steps to be safe and be able to give the kids the opportunity they need. And for me, being my last year, this is my last go, and having a show not only helps me, but helps all the other kids have their opportunities.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you.
Any
Thank you.
questions? Is it Colton?
Caden.
Caden? Any questions of Caden? All right, well, thank you, Caden.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good job, sir.
David Carver?
Appreciate you guys allowing us to come today and speak with you. My name is David Carver. I'm coming as a 4-H leader. I've been a 4-H leader for 20+ years and been involved in the county, I guess the county stock show ever since I started the show back in 1984. I'm gonna show my age there a little bit, I guess. But so I feel like I have a little bit of an experience on the logistics and how the stock show works and that sort of thing. And I've read the proposal that Andy has provided Jack, and I feel like it's a very doable proposal. The thing that I like about the proposal is the fact that we can be safe and still give these kids an opportunity. And I've got Caden is my son. I've got 2 other kiddos as well. 3 kiddos showing in the program, and I go to a basketball game 3 times a week, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. And I don't feel threatened. I feel safe because of the protocol that is there. And I feel like what we are proposing to be done at the stock show is even a safer environment than what I walked into, 3 days a week at a basketball game and every Sunday at church, to be honest. And so I hope that when you guys are considering this opportunity for the kids, that we're being consistent across the board with the kids that are showing that are going and participating in all the UIL events. Obviously I put a lot of trust in what TEA thinks and also what UIL has deemed safe for these kids. I also have an opportunity to serve as a board member on the school board at Abernathy ISD. I found it interesting last night as we were looking through some of the numbers and spreadsheets of how even over the last 3 weeks those numbers have plummeted. And we have less than 20% kids quarantined now than what we had 3 weeks ago, and only two cases. And so I know you guys probably know those numbers, but I did find that interesting. And Caden touched a little bit on the financial burden that, and I get that this is a choice for these kids. These kids have made that choice, but we're trying to teach these kids something. And I'll just kind of close with this. I had a kid in my kitchen last night that was over visiting one of my sons, and we were talking about the county extension, about the county show, and he made the comment, "Boy, I sure hope we get to do the county show because we don't get to show next year if we don't." And so, that is the situation that so many of these kids are in. Is if we don't get to have a county show, that they simply might not get to go again. And if we felt like we were jeopardizing the health, we wouldn't be going on with the show, but we feel like we're having a safe environment. So I just hope that y'all will consider those things, and I appreciate your time.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here.
You betcha.
Any questions? All right. Thank you.
I appreciate you guys being here today, and for what you do with these kids. You've certainly all made a very compelling argument for having the stock show, and I certainly understand the importance of it and the ramifications of this stock show. I also hear from the other side of this, from our CEO of our hospital, from our doctors, nurses that are stressed. This virus is still very active, so we're gonna have a really difficult decision to make. We're coming into Christmas. They're telling us, of course Jack's here, he'll tell you, but this virus is gonna spike. We're gonna have a spike in it, and so we're gonna have a really difficult decision to make. And but I appreciate you coming here and making your case.
All right. Andy, you have any?
I've got a couple others, can they speak?
Yes, sir.
Todd Byron?
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
David said my name's Todd Byers. I live in Abernathy as well. Used to be former county extension agent here in Hale County and Land County prior to that. We've been residents of Abernathy, I guess, since 2010 and stuff. I have a daughter who started her show career last year, so we're kind of on the opposite side of it as opposed to maybe what Caden is and stuff. I guess I have two things I want to talk about. First of which is, I think, what Ms. Cantu said was extremely well written and well presented. She's a very talented young lady, and is evidenced by the program that she's came through, and her parents. You know, I think it's very important for these kids of Hale County to be able to have their stock show in Hale County. There's kids who don't have the opportunity, as what some of us do, to be able to go down the road to major stock shows and do those type of things. Some of these kids, this is their opportunity is here, and they are completely invested. As Caden said, people with steers, they put those animals on feed February, March. They've got their feed in, they've got their entries in. They are financially invested to the hilt as of this point. Same thing for kids with pigs, rabbits, chickens, every project that we offer, they are invested as much as they can invest as of this point, with the end of their career potentially, or the end of their potential project coming up here in January. The other thing I want to talk about is, as the father of, that has a immunocompromised child, I have a son who has leukemia. He was diagnosed 2 years ago in March, or excuse me, it'll be 3 years ago this March. That March of 2018, we had to figure out ways to change and be able to best protect our family, to best protect him. And I come here in full support, knowing that I have a child that is compromised, in full support of being able to have this stock show. And I do that because we know how to mitigate risk with him, and we've done it ever since then. You know, we started this social distancing thing long before it became a term. You know, we had to learn to wear masks. We had to learn to sanitize our hands and wash and do things differently than what we did prior to that point. And so I'm well aware of the risk that we incur with a kid that shows in stock shows and having a kid at home that is compromised. And I'm in still full support of us being able to have this show. We will be in attendance if we do get to have it, and my son will be there as well. I feel very, very strongly about what this program does for kids and the future that it helps kids, and it puts together kids like these two that presented to you here today and showed you the public speaking skills that they have that are probably even better than mine. So thank you guys.
Thank you for being here.
One more, we got our president of the county, the stock show board, Travis Vaughn.
Travis Vaughn, thanks again for letting us come. We didn't bring no donuts, so we made it. Just wanted to let y'all know, thank y'all for letting us come. And we would really like to have the Hale County Stock Show in Hale County. Regardless, we will have the county show. We have other places that we can do it, but we would really like to have it in Hale County. It's so much closer for us to do it, and just would like to have it in Hale County, but regardless, we will have it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Andy.
Okay, my next item real quick, on the agenda is,
Andy, before you do that, I'm
okay.
sorry, Mayor. Jack, would you like to say anything?
I just want to throw out what our numbers are, sorry, what our trends are looking at right now. As of last hour, we had 468 active cases with 94 deaths. We had a huge spike right after Thanksgiving, and what has been trending is like right before Thanksgiving, we had the fewer tests. You see fewer and fewer people were testing out, basically because they didn't want to jeopardize their Thanksgiving weekend. And then the Monday afterwards, we had well over 100 cases on that one day, okay? We've noticed, and that's talking about this in the from yesterday, the number of tests on a daily deal has dropped a lot. And a lot of the calls I'm getting literally are people says, if I go on quarantine now, will I get out before Christmas? I think that's what's happening right now. We're getting a lot of people who are not testing because they're wanting to do their Christmas shopping, they don't want to jeopardize their family Christmas vacation. I think we're going to get a huge spike the day after, that Monday after Christmas, just like we did on Thanksgiving. And that's all I can say. Yeah, it ebbs and flows, but we are anticipating like I said, the Monday after, over 100 cases. That's kind of what we're anticipating, because like I said, we're looking at, the number of tests that most of our people are doing are half what they were doing before. The way I'm hearing the community and stuff, it's not much that there are anybody, people that are fewer there, they literally are just not wanting to test because they don't want to be quarantined during Christmas. That's all I can really say on it.
Okay. Now, as far as Andy's plan,
I did work with Andy's plan, and as far as we could do, that is about as safe as we could make it. We still probably don't really recommend huge gatherings of people, simply because of our numbers. But I worked with them, y'all asked me to, and I don't know anything else I could do with that plan.
all right,
But like I said, we're still gathering a large number of people.
okay,
So,
all right, thank you. Any questions, Jack?
Jack, are you familiar with what the numbers are at the hospital as far as COVID cases and how they stand now?
I know that they are struggling to find beds. They literally, there are people who waited in the ER 30 hours or more.
They're sending a lot of people home that need to be in the hospital because they don't have room.
Because they don't have room. I hear, we call these people, and I had one lady, she was literally crying, because she said, hey, I went to the hospital and they gave me this, and told me to go home because they didn't have a bed. And the Lubbock hospitals are full. I mean, all the local hospitals are completely full. We had a gentleman, yesterday, that when we called, he was being airlifted to Albuquerque because that was the closest hospital that had a bed for him. It's Albuquerque, New Mexico, though. You know, that's the closest one they had. We've got people in hospitals in Colorado, Oklahoma, everywhere. I mean, the desperate ones are searching desperately for hospital beds. They're just not in out there. The hospitals are overwhelmed at the moment. So that's all there is on that part. Anything else?
Any other questions, Jack? We appreciate what you do, appreciate you working with Andy on that.
So,
Thank you.
If you don't mind, I want to run this.
No, sir, you're
Okay.
good.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Just kind of to close up there, you know, just like Travis mentioned a while ago, we're gonna do our dad's level best to put on a county stock show for these kids. I think we're safer to have it here versus us having to go to another community, be exposed to the people in that community, and then bring it back to our county. So that's part of it too. We're dedicated to these kids. They spend a lot of time, we spend a lot of time with them, and we're gonna do our dead level best to try to have a county stock show for them. I think the safer plan is to have it here in Hill County, and with people that live here already anyway. We won't be bringing in any external family members because it's immediate family members only. We have a handful of judges that come in to judge our species, and that'd be the only outsiders we would actually have come into the stock show that don't already reside in the county, that we're exposed to at restaurants in the county, at Walmart in the county, and other places that we see on school on a daily basis. So as y'all consider, I just appreciate it. We appreciate y'all thinking about it.
Well, before you go to your next item, I'd like to thank everyone that came this morning and spoke, and we'll make a decision on Monday. So, like I say, I appreciate you being here.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. And before Andy jumps into his next item, I'm gonna jump out in front of him. He painted, the offices over there, and he and I had a conversation. And, we had, when this all first started, I told him we had an account at Sherman Williams, he could buy the paint and stuff there. And that in the past, I had got, people from the sheriff's office, inmates to paint my office and things like that. Well, he explained to me that he had talked to Sheriff Cochran because of COVID and their protocols of how they isolate people going into the jail for a certain number of days and then they move them to the back. They didn't want to bring them back out, you know, to do any labor. And so I was not aware that we didn't pay for painters. And so he asked me about hiring someone to paint, and I told him that my understanding was as long as he had the money in his budget, he could do that. Later found out that we don't pay for painters. And so the reason Andy proceeded the way he did was per conversation between he and I. Okay, now.
Thank you, Judge. I do appreciate that explanation. So yes, we did. We hired, I don't have the gentleman's name in front of me right now. We submitted
Mr. Picasso, because I think it's interesting.
He did, we had him start painting our building, then I found out that we weren't supposed to do that. So he has finished painting our building, they did a great job. They came in there and moved all the furniture themselves and painted everything, moved it back, all of our filing cabinets and stuff we have. If it would've been something that the ladies and myself would have had to do, number one, we didn't have the time to do it, and it would've taken us maybe a year to get all that stuff done. So we did hire it done. I think the total bill was about just over $2,500. So I'm asking for permission to pay that out of our budget that we already have. And, I'm asking for permission to pay the gentleman and to try to get that check cut on Monday, if y'all do approve that.
Well, that $2,500, Andy, is that for the labor and materials, or
We provided the paint, they did everything else, all the other materials.
so
yes,
the
sir.
$2,500 for their labor?
Right.
Plus,
Well, the paintbrushes, the rollers, the drop cloths, the tape, all that stuff, they provided all that. And I think we've got it broke down in a invoice.
Any other questions?
You wanna say something real quick?
Yeah.
We're willing to, disinfect for you guys on us before and after, just to help you out. This is for those kids that do the livestock, we'll come
At the show?
before and after.
Thank y'all, appreciate that, thank you.
All right. Any other questions of Andy? Now, I'll give y'all a chance to run. We've got Monday's agenda to go over, so y'all are more than welcome to stay.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good day, good weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Just to continue, Melinda Brown had texted me yesterday or the day before and said that she had a medical appointment at 9 this morning. She had hoped to be here at 9:30. She couldn't. She'll be here Monday. And so that item of hers we'll discuss on Monday. All right, going to Monday's agenda, it's pretty lengthy. I believe Ida and Lorena has told us what they'll be talking about on Monday, so y'all have anything to add? Okay, and then, I have another tax sale, that they sent it to me yesterday. It was too late to get on today's agenda, so I put it on for Monday. Of course, everything else, I have the health center in Petersburg, EMS runs for our health center in November 2020 and Petersburg, October 2020. I didn't get those on today's agenda, so I'll go over them on Monday. Melinda will be here on Monday and discuss her items. Our next item is Commissioner Precinct 1.
All right, on Monday's agenda out there in Pleasant Hills, or Ebling Edition, whichever one you call it, I've got a thing on the agenda to, ban truck traffic between County Road R, or anything east of County Road R, which services Ebling Drive, Pleasant Hill Circle, 12th Street, 13th, and 14th Street, Santa Rosa Circle, Kings Row, and Bravo, because we've got a guy that's set up kind of a trucking service out there, and those roads are not built for semi-trucks. Now, we are gonna allow normal delivery trucks that people get refrigerators and stuff delivered in. We're just gonna ban major truck traffic out there in that neighborhood, and we're gonna be building roads and tearing them up.
So this covers this area you
Yeah.
pointed out, cover the paved areas out there.
Yeah, it covers the paved areas in my own neighborhood.
Okay. All right, any questions of her?
Harold, just out of curiosity, I mean, have you got a definition of truck traffic that you, I mean, I know you said you're gonna let, like, UPS, delivery trucks, but it's gonna be 18-wheelers, are they gonna be
They're gonna, cause there are some 18-wheelers, cause I know we've had a refrigerator delivered before out there, and it came on an 18-wheeler. That kind of 18-wheeler will be allowed to come in there. What I'm talking about is the belly dumps and
As long as you make that clear, Lee,
the,
that way you can check, you know.
You're talking about the heavy loads.
the heavy load trucks.
Make sure to spell it out that way, you know.
Grain, the ones that haul grain and all that. They're gonna be
Milk.
banned from being out there.
There's a lot of milk trucks around here. I don't know if there's any out there or not, but
I think there's one trailer out there, but that's what we're gonna do, and I will have some people from the neighborhood, they'll be here Monday at 9 o'clock to speak on behalf of what we're doing.
And then, of course, we'll, make a decision on the Andy Parts items. The sheriff office has, some personnel, proposal on air gun right, proposal on contract with Integrity Steel, and, interlocal government agreement with Garza County. And so, I do know Integrity Steel is the guy that does the work on the locks, and, Garza County, we have contracts to hold inmates. And then Jim has a couple items, authorize the county attorney to submit the county's eminent domain authority report to the state comptroller's office. And then, in a closed meeting, consultation with attorney about pending, litigation or settlement offer pursuant to section 55(1.0711A and B of the Texas Government Code. Any action that we would take during the closed meeting will, be taken in open session. So, any questions about any of that? All right, if not, then, we'll stand adjourned at, 10:16 a.m. Y'all have a good weekend.
thank you, Judge.